All right, welcome back to PlanetGenX, where this time we remember to turn on the video. All right,
see our
guys.
lovely faces.
Oh man, dude, you guys, I am kicking my own ass right now. We have been sitting here for the last 3 hours recording material, only to come up and find out that I forgot to turn on the video capture for OBS, and now we just have audio only. So, depending on how you watch this, you may find out early that the others I'm just going to put out audio only and be done with it. I am not going to sit here and record all that. It's some good stuff there, and I don't think you guys care whether you actually look at us or not. You know what we look like, and you'll see us in this video, and next week I'll try not to be such a jackass. I can't believe I did that, man. It's rough, but you know what? Eventually this will be audio podcast as well as video too. So, you know, it is what it is. No big deal. I'm glad we at least, we got something to at least put out there. I'm just going to throw it up with the PlanetGenX logo, and it'll be all good. But today, we want to talk about the new episode of Mandalorian. Episode
Another
3?
good episode.
It was episode 3, right?
1, 2, 3. Yes.
All right, episode 3 of Mandalorian. It was a great episode, but you caught it, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
All right, great. Man, last episode we catch them coming out, and dude, that mythosaur. It makes me wonder how big mythosaurs are generally, because am I supposed to assume this is the King Kong of all mythosaurs, or you know, or I just don't even know what's the comparison.
As far as we know, they're just legendary beasts, right? We don't know anything about them other than what they're supposed to look like.
And that dude that helped Den in the beginning of season 1, and season 2 season 1, the Ugnaught.
Oh, Quill.
Quill, yeah. I mean, like he was saying that his ancestors rode him all the time. So, I mean, so they're definitely a thing. We know they're a thing because we've just seen one too. But yeah, so what do you think about her keeping the information himself? Because Den was asleep. He was knocked out when they came up, so he apparently didn't see the mythosaur.
So twice, you know, she had the chance to talk to him about it, and she did bring it up. She was like, "Did you see anything down there?"
Right? Yeah, she wanted to know if she saw it.
Yeah, she also had the chance at the covert as well.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if like she's having flashbacks to the deal with the Darksaber and Jen.
Yeah.
And she's like, maybe if I tell him about this mythosaur, he's gonna take it.
Yeah, and see, I don't think he has any designs on being in that kind of position. So I definitely think she wants to, especially when we get to where they accept her and then back into the coven or whatever the hell it's called.
It's called a covert. I always want to call it like a convert or something, but it's a covert.
Well, she is a convert in the covert, so that's kind of a little confusing.
Well, to get back to what you were saying, he had no design on the Darksaber either.
Yeah, right. So yeah, because he was just trying to give it to her back in those episodes. He's like, "Here, take it," and she's like, "I can't. It's not." So
my question is, obviously somebody's going to be riding that effort at some point, right?
Well, I think she's like really got so I was saying, like, when they accept them back, I mean, I really think that she's like, "Ooh, I've got people that can follow me now."
Yeah, that was probably definitely running through her head.
I think so, and that's why she just wanted to check and be like, "Did you see that thing down there?" Oh, good. I'm glad you didn't, because I want to be leader.
Right.
Yeah. But so I thought that was pretty cool, and I think Grogu's close to saying his first words, man, and I think they're going to be that is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way. Yeah.
It sounded like he wanted to say.
Yeah, because she was like, "This is," or he was like, "This is the way." She's like, "This is the way," and he's like, "It'll eventually come out." I think they said that he's going to say his first words this season.
Oh yeah.
Favreau or Fellini, one of the two, said that he's going to say his first words, and I don't know if they're counting this Babylon stuff at all, but hopefully it'll be real words. Yeah. But I like. I'm trying to remember. Oh, okay. So we see the dude with the glasses, the cloning guy. What I don't remember the guy's name.
Dr. Pershing.
Pershing. Yeah.
And his first name starts with a P as well.
P. Pershing. Pershing.
Dr. PP.
Dr. PP. Paging Dr. PP. Dr.
Well,
PP.
Almost like one of those, like they did with Book of Boba Fett with Jen.
Yeah.
You know, it's like almost the whole episode was dedicated to him.
Yeah, they're doing the old Marvel double
feature.
P, yeah, well, they do the P. The name has the first and last letter are the same.
Oh, alliteration.
Yeah, first name, last name, same letter.
Yeah.
So yeah, but you know that opera house is the same opera house that the Palpatine was talking to Anakin in episode 3.
Yeah.
The exact same opera house. So he's out there doing his thing, and of course we find out that they seems like after about 10 years after the fall of the Empire, they're still doing these whole conversion things. I don't know. It seems like they're kind of slow. This whole New Republic kind of seems like they're just. I mean, they're weak because they're not trying to be as big as the Empire. They're talking about that they're decommissioning alliance ships. You know, it's like, wow, that's kind of crazy.
To be fair, a lot of the alliance activity that has gone on afterwards was in the Outer Rim, which
right?
Always a problem to police that, right?
Yeah. Well, speaking of that Outer Rim too, of course we when what's her name, Bo-Katan and Din leave Mandalore, they start getting attacked by those TIE interceptors. And
I wanted to bring that up.
Yeah, she's like, well, I guess I pissed. He's like, well, where the hell did these come from? He's like, well, I've skugged off, a few warlords because there's like Gideon. There's supposedly warlords, not many, but that still have little Empire forces. But he's like, well, whoever this is really got a lot of artillery and ships or whatever. So that we think the logical thing is that's Thrawn.
Right.
That those are his ships.
I wanted to ask you what you thought about that chase scene.
Oh, where they were being attacked and they had to get him to his ship and then all that. Yeah, this is great, man. I mean, like that is George Lucas type Star Wars. The whole speed is good thing.
I kind of felt like there were a couple of parts where I was like, okay, this is, not necessarily what I would do, but as a whole, just like, him manning the gun at the back and then jumping out and nearly falling down on the platform, getting off of the platform just in time because he got this uber acceleration on his ship.
Yeah.
Thought it all awesome. Played together great.
It did, because it was just like the perfect timing, because he could not hit that jetpack any sooner or the TIE interceptors would have shot him right down. So he had to drop literally and hit it right before. I mean, it's like it's almost like SpaceX in their landings for their rockets. Like wait till the last second to do it. And and then getting out of there like he did, because it's got that third, like you said, that third booster engine. Because normally those N1 starfighters only had 2 engines, but it's got that one that sits right under the droid bay, droid hatch or whatever, droid port. That's what it is officially, the droid port. Luckily, good thing R5 wasn't in there, huh? He would have been shitting bolts, shitting nuts. I do have
one issue with the chase, and that I don't know. It's like an iconic maneuver you see in a lot of flying stuff, but it just makes no sense in a dogfight. Which is when he goes like straight up and then like comes back down and shoots the guy that's been shooting at him.
Yeah, that's a little iffy.
Breaks the immersion a little bit for me.
Well, I like to. Okay, so a lot of times you'll see like he did it. He went straight in and shot one, but he actually lifted up instead of going through the debris. I've seen a lot, especially speaking of the old Battlestar, which we were in the other recording. They would just fly right through these ships that were exploding. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
come on, man.
I did like Bo-Katan's maneuver though. That was pretty.
That was, and I thought that's where you were originally going at first, because the way the wing pops up like that and it's just like turning around. Oh yeah,
that was great.
Sweet. I love that ship of hers anyway, man. It's so TIE Fighter-esque. It reminds me of like I said Darth Maul's ship a lot for some reason.
Yeah.
It doesn't even look like Darth Maul's ship, but it just
doesn't.
it's something about the length of it. I think that's maybe where I'm going with that, because his is a TIE fighter with just a really long ass nose.
Yeah.
But yeah, that whole chase scene was very cool, very well done, spot on. I'm glad we're getting a little taste of Thrawn. Boy, they are just fucking talk about tickling your ass with a feather. That's what they're doing with the whole Thrawn in what we've seen so far, because we've seen him, right? Haven't we seen Thrawn in like for a second, or was it in one of the animated? I know in Rebels. I'm not talking about that stuff. Haven't we seen it in one of the live actions? Like for a second, we've seen Thrawn.
I want to say you're right, but I can't place it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's maybe season 1, maybe it's Book of Boba Fett, because I don't. Did I bring this up before while we're actually into Star Wars talk? Do you? And I may have brought it up. It seems like nobody remembers Book of Boba Fett. When everybody started watching Mando season 3, it's like nobody had a fucking clue why anything was happening.
Well, yeah.
What the hell?
I think it's because,
why did people miss Book of Boba Fett?
Because, all right, it was Mando was such a commercial success that people just thought it was encapsulated. Like, why do we want to watch a Book of Boba Fett? Who the hell is this old guy, right?
Yeah, but that makes no sense to me, man. Like, when they said it was a movie coming out back when it was originally supposed to be a movie, I was very excited about it. Of course, there was no Mandalorian at the time, but I was no less excited to see I just thought that would be, why wouldn't it be cool? Just for the fact that the way it came out, if it had come out at once, I think people would have been a lot more forgiving on it. But
yeah.
I mean, the two stories that had Mando in it made it really good.
Right.
Like, the beginning of it pretty much sucks. It's like the last 3 episodes are the best. 3 or 4.
Well, I
maybe.
think like all the OG fans, right? All love Boba Fett.
Sure.
I haven't met one that doesn't.
He's the original Mandalorian.
Right. So I think all of us were ready for the Book of Boba Fett, but everybody that was watching Mando was just like, who the hell is this?
Yeah, I guess I don't know. I was just surprised. It surprised me. I'm like, I guess it's short attention span theater. I don't know.
I really think Book was also targeted towards us because, we don't see a lot of Gamorreans outside of that, right?
True.
And that was such a huge part of the original trilogy to me. We get a Rancor.
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, you're right. It was a lot of fan service. I just thought it was, except for at the beginning, it was just slow, but I thought it was pretty good overall.
I agree, but it was tailored for us.
Yeah. Oh, well. Then I liked it, and that's all that matters, really, at the end of the day.
What do you think about Elia Kane?
Well, that girl is all aboard the Emperor Palpatine cloning. Let's bring Emperor Palpatine back. That girl is all up in that.
Is that what you think?
Okay, so you hear them say, we heard Moff Gideon got mind flayed on the way to the magistrates or whatever, I think.
Right.
Now that we've seen her mind flay old Pershing, I think she did mind flay Gideon. I think she was there and she did do it.
I've been tossing that back and forth in my head as to like how involved that is, because the first thing, I watched it twice. So the first thought I had was like, okay, she's got some kind of a imperial goods smuggling operation. She answers to higher ups. She's just trying to protect the ring, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, that thought came in later. It was like, okay, maybe she's a little more involved. I'm still not sure which way to go with it though.
I don't know how high up she is, but she knows more than so I think she works for Thrawn. Again, we're going back to Thrawn. I think Thrawn's definitely would be trying to help the Emperor.
Right.
And she's probably just cleaning up Pershing. She's cleaned up Gideon already. And I don't know if there's any other loose ends she has to clean up. Those are the only 2 we really know about. The other dude's dead, the warlord.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think she's somebody. She's ISB for lack of ISB or something like. I mean, she's like serious, deep undercover,
serious business.
Yeah, like she's she's not somebody you want to fuck with. And she's
Obviously,
probably like Thrawn's
right. Throw you in a
man.
mind flare.
Yeah. Like I think she was there to spy on Gideon. Like he didn't even realize. Like he was using her as best he could, but he didn't even realize that she was loyal to somebody other than him. Right. Yeah, I think we're gonna find out a lot about her. I remember her from my what's that zombie show? I love that zombie show. The old man, the black chick, and the
Are you thinking of Walking Dead?
No. I've never even seen Walking Dead.
I was thinking like one of the Day of the Dead type stuff.
It was on come on. You can watch it on Netflix now. Maybe that's where it did come on.
I'm drawing a blank.
And I wish I could tell you, but anyway.
You'll say it at some point, and I'll be like, ah.
Yeah. It's got this guy that he's like he gets bit, but he doesn't turn into a zombie, but he kind of does because he turns blue like through the show, and then he kind of becomes normal, and then they're like using him for the antidote. He's got a beard. Man, what is that show called? Zombie Nation.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I didn't watch it, but
yeah, she was in Zombie Nation. That's the first time I remember seeing her. I like the actress a lot. She kind of plays the same-ish characters, I think. She definitely is typecast as the tough girl.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. She's been typecast.
Yeah. Like in the 80s, she would have been the tomboy and everything.
Right.
No doubt.
What do you think? How far did this mind flare go? So is Dr. Pershing wiped, or is there something?
There ain't nothing left. There ain't
nothing left.
Yeah, Gideon's done. Pershing's done. She's done her job. I don't think we'll even see Pershing again. I think that's over and done with. I can't imagine where it goes from here, to be honest with you.
Well, that's why I was asking, because like it kind of seems odd to go from that back to just following her being evil or whatever, because we have nobody to care about in that storyline.
I wonder if Thrawn's going to make an appearance in this season.
Seems a little early, but who knows?
Well, Jesus, how long are they going to wait? We're in season 3.
You heard what Favreau said.
What did he say?
There is no exit strategy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's good. I'm glad, but that doesn't stop Disney from just saying one day, we're done. I hate when they do that shit. I mean, not just Disney, anybody does it. Yeah. I don't want them to wait too long. I appreciate you jerking me off, but I do want to finish to this at some point.
Is there anything else you want to hit up from Coruscant?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, we do need to get to the end of the episode.
Yeah, so at that point, well, we're pretty much there. Like, Pershing's been wiped, and then we're back at the covert to see Bo-Katan and Din show up and prove their worth.
Well, the only big takeaway, it progresses how you think it will, but for me, the big takeaway was like, that's what's special about the Waters of Mandalore, right?
What, that you need it for the water? I mean, the armor?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The armor, yeah.
Well, yeah, that's one thing, so that helps her with making more armor. The biggest thing I took away from that, well, we already talked about the fact that she hadn't shared with anybody still about the Mythosaur yet. And so the takeaway there is because she didn't expect that, because obviously Din wanted to be reinstated, but she got reinstated by accident and wasn't expecting it. So when the armorer says, "And you too, Bo-Katan, Grace, did you bathe in the waters? Yeah, and have you removed your helmet since?" And she's like, "Yeah, I know I haven't."
Well, then by creed, you were redeemed as well.
You're back in. So she wasn't expecting that shit, but you could see. Like, everybody's coming and tapping her on, congratulations, we're glad you're here, tapping her on the shoulder and shit. And even though she's got that fucking helmet on, they're zooming right into it. You can see those gears are turning, man. Gears. Right inside it. But here's the other thing that you can take away from that episode. Everybody came and congratulated her except for Viz.
Yep.
Because he's her enemy, natural rival to the throne anyway, because he's actually related to the first Mandalore.
The creator
yeah.
of the Darksaber.
The creator of the Darksaber, the guy that tamed that mythosaur under the water. So when he finds out about it, he's probably going to be really interested.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to see. And it looks like Favreau is not doing his voice anymore. The guy that's been playing him is now doing the voice.
Yeah, I could tell it wasn't Favreau. Yeah. I thought about it. I was like, that is definitely not Favreau.
Yeah, I said the same exact thing. So I guess they're just giving him a break and saying, look, this guy's doing the job. He's getting more parts. We might as well let him do it. A little weird as far as consistency. I mean, if you're going to do it, because most of these guys, as far as Star Wars goes, Lucas never used the voice of somebody that was inside the helmet. You know, we're always using somebody else. So
hell, was it 3 or 4 guys that played Darth Vader?
Oh man, yeah, you had
James Earl Jones,
yeah, James Earl Jones, Prowse,
yeah.
Sebastian Shaw,
Sebastian Shaw,
who was in the outfit just there at the end.
Yeah,
and then you had,
was that it?
Anakin. I mean, Hayden Christensen.
Well, I just meant in the original trilogy.
Oh, in the original, yeah. 3 people to bring him to life in the original trilogy.
It's crazy.
It is. Yeah, that's wild. I'm trying to think if there was anybody else, like a stunt guy.
That's what I was wondering about the 4th. If there was a stunt guy. Yeah,
but I don't think it was. Oh wait, Peter Diamond. Now, I'm not sure if Peter Diamond ever did any stunt work as Vader. Peter Diamond is a very famous British stunt guy who did a lot of work in Doctor Who back in the early 60s when Doctor Who was brand new and shiny.
Well, you know, Prowse wasn't doing any of the stunts.
Yeah, that's why I wonder if they. I mean, he was a bodybuilder, and they'll let him do some stuff up to a point until they deem it too dangerous as far as the insurance is concerned. But
well, he also had a lot of like physical issues, like beforehand.
Prowse did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm sure there was some stunt guy in there. I don't know if it was Peter Diamond or not. Probably was. Oh, let's hope it was, because then at least it would put a famous name on it.
Right.
My fucking brain's full of useless information that I would even know the stuntman's name. But yeah, so that's it. That's Mandalorian. We pretty much end on Bo-Katan getting her congratulations, and Viz not, just standing there and not congratulating, and that's where we end up.
So here's my question. What's next?
I don't know. That is the question I was saying earlier. I don't know where we go from here, because do we all of a sudden get my wish and Kane now reports to Thrawn while she's in this program, or is she going to not be in the program now that she's finished with her work there? Does she get out? Who knows? And are we going to start seeing Bo-Katan try and recruit?
That's what I was thinking. We're definitely going to see her recruiting.
Yeah, I think that's likely the case.
Yeah,
very much so.
Probably end up back on, what is it, Kavala?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or trying to take back.
Well, maybe she tries to take back Mandalore and rebuild. It's not poisoned.
Maybe.
So it's time to rebuild Mandalore. New city. Maybe they can make it out of glass, since they've got all that Mandalorian glass lying around now. All that sand got melted from the bombings. But anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So stick around with us next week, and we'll have more reviews. Hopefully I'll remember to turn the video on so you can look at our pretty smiling faces. And we'll have a review of Picard and Mandalorian and our normal show, as always. And we thank you so much for watching. Just please remember to hit that subscribe button and that like button. We need all the help we can get. We want to get spread like an STD. That's my big thing. Spread me.
Thanks so much, everybody.
Like peanut butter. Thank you, guys. Have a good one. We'll see you on the flip side. Peace out. See ya.